Ahoy, shipmates! I thought I'd have a little look at the Queen Mary 2 again. Seems to be a very popular vessel amongst the viewers. The Queen Mary 2, just leaving the port of Southampton, and as you may have noticed, sped up slightly. I didn't think we'd want to linger too long. But I must say, with her bow and stern thrusters, she can certainly leave the quayside at quite a rate. Once again, it's a beautiful day here in the port of Southampton. The sun is really strong. It's a little bit hazy in the distance, but really visibility is excellent. The only downside is a touch on the windy side, which is causing me some struggles in the air here. Not as smooth as I would have liked, but I thought it was worth a go. And as the popular photographic element seems to be gaining some traction, I thought I'd take some photos while I was here as well. Don't forget the Queen Mary 2 is getting on a bit these days. Launched in March 2003 and christened in January 2004 by Queen Elizabeth II. Weighing in at 150,000 gross tons, 345 metres long, and with a beam of 41 metres, but an extreme bridge wing beam of 45 metres, which you can just about see now. The height from the keel to the top of the funnel is 72 metres. Draft is 10 metres. There are 14 passenger decks and a total of 18 decks. Propulsion is by an integrated electric propulsion diesel generator and gas turbines used to drive 4 Rolls-Royce Alstom Mermaid propulsion units. And in fact, I've learnt something new today. And if we zoom in a bit closer, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But on the raised platform above the bow of the deck are in fact 8 spare propeller blades. Rumour has it that these are affectionately nicknamed the Captain's Cufflinks. And they certainly do look resplendent in their stainless steelness. There we go. You learn something new every day. The top speed of the Queen Mary 2 is 30 knots, 56 kilometres an hour for you continental types, and 35 miles an hour British speed. Capacity is 2,695 passengers. After the 2016 refit, before then it was only 2,620 passengers. There are 1,253 crew on board. The Queen Mary 2 is not a steamship like many of her predecessors, but is powered primarily by 4 diesel engines with 2 additional gas turbines, providing extra power when required. The integrated electric propulsion configuration is used to produce the power to drive the 4 electric propulsion pods, as well as the ship's hotel services. The spaces for these prime movers are also split, and controls are also backed up, with the intention of preventing a single failure from disabling the ship. That probably would explain how she can manoeuvre so quickly away from the quayside with 4 propulsion pods. Like her predecessor, the Queen Elizabeth II, she is built for crossing the Atlantic Ocean and also regularly used for cruising. In the winter season, she cruises from New York to the Caribbean on 12 or 13-day tours. Queen Mary II's 30 knots open ocean speed sets the ship apart from cruise ships, such as the Oasis of the Seas, which has a service speed of 22.6 knots. Queen Mary II's normal service speed is 26 knots, while the hull of a cruise ship will typically have a block coefficient of 0.73, 1 would be representing a rectangular block. The Queen Mary II is more fine-lined with a block coefficient of 0.61. I think I know a few Ro-Ros that probably have a block coefficient of 1. The Grande Baltimora would be one example I can think of that we saw this morning. As you can see, the port of Southampton is still busy with cruise ships, with the Britannia, the Queen Victoria, and the Azura in the background. Unfortunately, this old sea dog neglected to bring his audio recording equipment with him because the sounds were stupendous. Each cruise ship honking in turn to each other, like whales lost at sea. But it's not often you get an opportunity to get 4 cruise ships in one shot. Ah, look at that. I think that's come out rather nice. What do you think, shipmates? Yep, I think that one's a keeper. And we have the tug breaking off now. And the harbour patrol is coming over from the port side. Probably investigating what's going on. Oh, I think harbour patrol's noticed a tug coming its way. Current destination of the Queen Mary II is unknown. I believe the Queen Mary II will go to the Nab area off of the east of the Isle of Wight and drop anchor. There are obviously no passengers on board. And there is another ship coming in this evening, which I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's another Marella ship. Right. Off she goes. I'll just speed up this section as the ship disappears. Until next time, shipmates.